This is Mark Gilston at CooperMMA. I've got my friend Nick with me today, and we're going to talk about escapes from north-south. So that's in judo, that would be Kame, Shiho Gatame, or the upper four corners hold down. So as I do with all of these hold down escape videos, I'd like to first show how I do the upper four corners, the north-south. There are three basic approaches to this particular hold down. One is with his arms locked in, and the other is with his arms locked out, and the third is at a very strong angle from the corner. So like most hold downs, I don't want to be parallel with Nick. I want to be slightly off an angle. If I am doing the arms locked in, I will grab the belt. If he doesn't have a belt, no gi or whatever, I'll come down and lock my hands together in a cable grip. I want my butt and body to be flat, and I'm actually going to put weight on his head, which makes it much harder for him to escape. So here is the no-gi version. I'm pushing with my toes, but when he starts to struggle, I will collapse my weight. But if he tries to push me back, my toes operate to counterbalance that. If he's wearing a gi and has a belt, I'll grab the belt, again squeezing my elbows together, my head is down, the toes are active. Okay, not trapping his arms, I want my elbows in his armpits, and I'm actually pulling up to keep his arms isolated. Once again, I'll grab his belt if he has a belt. In this one, I actually prefer to have my knees in rather than out, and the head is down. So if he starts to try and bridge to escape here, I'm going to lock my arms together and keep my elbows close to my knees. If I don't mind losing the belt, and again, no-gi, ideally I have my hands locked behind his back. So when he bridges up, I will, let's just chill. I'll lock my hands in an S grip behind his back, come down and keep him in this way. If I start to lose control, I can always stretch out and crush his head. The third one, which I actually think is the strongest, here I have the one arm is, it actually doesn't matter if it's in or out, but I will clamp the arm in. I want my knee under his head to prevent him from bridging. So there's a bit of an arm triangle here. On the other side, I have his arm locked up, and this foot is out posting. So my head is down here, either with this, or if I don't have the arm, then underneath, locking his head in place with my elbow. I'm grabbing gi if he has a gi, and I'm keeping my elbow locked to my knee. So this is the, in judo, this would be kuzuri, or the slipped Kame Shiho Gatame. All right, so three ways of doing north-south. There's very strong holds, difficult to get out of, but there are strategies one can use. So let's start with the arms in. So his arms are in, and he is making it awkward for me to use my head. So here, first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring my heels to my butt. My hands are going to grab anything they can get, if they can get something, and I'm going to bridge, lift up, and push over the shoulder. That creates space. Okay, squish my head. There we go. This is more realistic. All right, so once again, heels to the butt. Bridge up, make sure you get your butt off the ground. Lift as much as best you can with the arms and push over your shoulder. And you will end up in your own version of north-south. Okay, so this time he has the arms trapped.
You bring the knees
There
in.
you go, knees in, right. Okay, so one thing I can try and do is to convert. So if I start doing the escape that I did before, because of his knees, it's not going to work. So there's no real point in doing that. If I want to get him straightened out, I can bring my hands up. I'm using my fists here as close to his knees as possible, and I'm not very flexible in my shoulders, so this is not a great escape for me. So again, I'm bringing my heels to my butt, and I'm going to push his legs out and push myself down towards my butt at the same time to create space. From here, I'll grab around his shoulders, and now I'm going to strongly flip to this side, the side that my head isn't. So let's do that again. All right. So I'm trying to push his feet out of the way. I push myself down, grab around, and flip to the side. If this is just not working, and this can work from either one of those holds. So I've tried this, nothing's happening. The next strategy, and again, once I've done this, usually his elbows will loosen up a bit. It's hard for him to maintain that control in my armpits. So I now can grab around the waist. I start swinging like a pendulum, my whole lower body. Build up momentum. Doesn't matter which side you go, but once you've started swinging your legs back and forth, generally you can tip and end up in the hold, end up in your own north-south. So just to show that that works from both, let's start with the first one. And he's extended. So again, here I'm pulling him tight in, and I'm starting to flip. At some point when I'm ready to go, I want to lock his arms up so that he can't post with his arms or his elbows. So here I get the momentum going. When I'm ready to go, lock. And this time I have the opposite. So when you do this flip, you always end up with the opposite version of Kami Shiho to what your partner was holding you with. One more escape, which can work from either of these. Okay, if I created space, I can flip out the back door. So here, I'm using my momentum to create space. Once I've done that, my feet come all the way up, and I come out the back. Ideally, I should be able to get some kind of either arm bar or take his back from here. Let's show that from the other version. So here, creating space, and out the back door. Okay, looking at when he's got Kuzuri Kami Shiho Gatame, you can move up here so you can. So here, these escapes, back and forth escapes, are not going to work. The momentum is wrong. Here, what I want to do is get as parallel to him as I possibly can. So reaching over, if he's got a belt, great. And I'm using a heavy elbow, clamping down on the shoulder, out to the side. Okay, so heavy on the shoulder, out to the side. This can take, again, you may have to build up to the roll. But you can't go back and forth because there's no way I can take him to that side. So no use in trying. Get as deep a grip as possible, clamp on the shoulder. Starting here to build up, and then I want to shoot myself parallel to him. Not over the top this time, but around the bottom. Okay. I'm here, I've tried my best, but I'm still stopped. I can't get it. So here, I'm going to pull back the other way. I like, if possible, to grab the collar here. So I've been working this. I have gotten fairly far, but it's not enough to flip him. So here, a bridge, and I'm going to go towards this leg. That collar helps. Okay, so once again, start off, grab his suso, grab his collar lapel. Trying to go here, as tight as I can. Around, didn't work. Feet together. Edge. And this actually, because I have this collar, gives me a very, very strong side control. So this is locked under his arm, and this arm is grabbing the collar here. Very, very difficult for him to escape from this. So that's some escape strategies from North-South, Kame Shiho Gatame. If you like our videos, please click like. If you want to be receiving them every time they're published, press on the bell and subscribe to our channel, Seryoku Zenyo. That means maximum efficiency.